Okay, cool. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Uh, I wanted to share this little reading from this book Inward. Uh, I was watering my plants yesterday that I try to keep alive. I'm not a very good plant mom. They're usually like on the brink of death, but still alive. Anyhow, so I was watering this one on the top shelf with my books, and I spilt water everywhere. So I was taking my books down that are all stacked and having to dry them off. And this book popped up, and I forgot it was up there. And so I just opened to the page where I had a bookmark, and um, serendipitously, the reading felt really true. And it's just something that really resonated with where I'm at right now and remembering the roots of this practice. And so it says, a body is a field of moving energy and a system of information. As life continues its fluctuations, we tend to gather attachments, burdens, and sorrows. We hold them so tightly that they become embedded in the body, causing blockages and disruptions in the flow of our system, which can limit access to the best possible version of ourselves. This sometimes manifests as ailments or disease, as well as a lack of belief in our own power and a lack of understanding of the universe. When we use purifying healing techniques, the body begins to release these knots of attachment, allowing our energy field to return to balance and move more freely and powerfully. This causes changes in our body, not just physical changes such as the healing of disease or ailments, but immaterial and internal changes as well, and the aspiration to grow into wisdom. I definitely skipped a line. It says, but immaterial internal changes as well, such as believing in oneself more, the growth of love, and the aspiration to grow into wisdom. There we go. Really, there is no separation between the mind and the body. They move together as one under the leadership of our mental contents. Hopefully that was clear. Maybe it was a little ambitious to try to read something to you at 7 a.m. But we'll move with that remembrance that our body is really this like door, this first gateway into our hearts and minds. I think it's the most tangible gateway for many of us, is to move through the body into that deeper understanding of ourselves and what lies beneath the surface. And so we're going to start our practice today in seated meditation. We'll be moving from there, working into the neck, shoulders, and low back a little bit. You can start in Shavasana if you want, but we will be sitting up in a couple moments. So go ahead and find your comfortable shape. Again, maybe that's your seat, maybe that's something else. And then just take a moment to settle into the support of the earth. Really observing that contact between your body and the ground below. And from that place of connection to the earth, feel your spine begin to lengthen. Your next breath in, allow the crown of your head to stretch a little bit taller to the ceiling. And your exhale, feel your breath anchor you down into the earth's support. Relax your jaw. Maybe draw your shoulders up towards your ears and then let them slide back in space. And let them settle down into the support of your torso. And from this proud seat, begin to deepen your breath. As you deepen your breath, expand your in-breath not only to your front body, but also to your back body and your side bodies. And feel every exhale as that return to center. So you take a couple more rounds of deep breath. Notice the subtle sensations that are present in your body in this moment. Any areas you can feel maybe a little bit of stickiness or tension. areas that maybe feel strong or open. Maybe you notice the areas of your body that have to light up a little bit and engage just to have you in a tall seat. Sometimes you don't realize how much our body works just to find that tall, neutral spine. So often we allow gravity to slump us over. And so feeling the length of your spine and feeling that little bit of buzz of effort, it's required to help hold you tall. And we'll start our practice with 3 rounds of cleansing breath. So if you'd like to, maybe bring one or both hands to your heart and just be connecting to the seat of love and compassion within your body. And that connection to yourself. Maybe thanking yourself for taking this time. And when you're ready, draw in a deep inhale through your nose. And open mouth exhale to release. Then just twice more at your own pace, deep breath in. And a cleansing breath out. And one more expansive inhale. And empty your breath, complete exhale. Go ahead and release your hands, slowly open your eyes. So we're gonna stand across a good seat, but if you'd like to switch out your shins, go ahead and take the opposite shin in front. And then with a big inhale, circle sweep your hands up to the sky. Feel your rib cage float further away from your pelvis. On your exhale, twist to the left. So let your right hand reach across your body. Left hand goes behind you. Use your fingertips on the earth to help you sit up nice and tall. Your shoulder blades press your heart up towards the sky with your in-breath. Your exhale, gentle rotation to the left. Maybe add a slight downward energy through your knees as you take one more breath here. And then you're going to continue to hold onto your left knee with your right hand. So the arm that's in front of your body, you're going to keep it exactly where it is. Really hold on strong to your knee. You're going to start to turn your torso towards the front of your yoga mat. So unwinding from the twist. Left hand is going to reach up and overhead. So you're in this side body stretch with a seat belt of your right arm. Maybe let your right ear fall heavy to your right shoulder. Again, let your left knee be heavy to the earth. Then lean into that support of your right arm. Then keep the side body stretch. You're going to take your left hand and reach it out to the left and down towards the earth, maybe at the back diagonal a little bit. Flex your left fingertips to the sky and reach your left heel of your hand down and away. Continue to let your right ear be really heavy, and then open your collarbones across your chest to lift your sternum up towards the sky. This flex of your left fingertips to the ceiling will increase the intensity of that stretch across the left side of your neck. Feel free to soften it if that feels like too much. Good. And then from here, just slowly start to sit up tall through your spine. Inhale to reach your hands up to the sky. Then your exhale, forward fold, hinge over your shins. Allow your head to relax, take a breath. Your next inhale, go ahead and sit up tall, bring your hands to the fronts of your knees, cow your spine, so lift your heart to the sky. Feel your shoulder blades draw back and together, open across your chest. And then your exhale, you're going to cat your spine, start to round it back, hold on to your knees. Let your head drop, tuck through your tail slightly, shoulder blades spread apart. And we'll take one circle in each direction. So inhale to your cow spine again, heart lifts. On your exhale, slide your ribs way over to the left as your right hip stays heavy. You're going to slowly start to take it back into your cat spine, drawing a big circle with your rib cage. Move it over to the right, heavy through your left hip this time, and eventually bring it forward to our cat. And then we'll just reverse that. You're going to take a big breath in. On your exhale, start to take it to the right, as far to the right as you can. Maybe it's a little sticky. Slide it back around through your cat spine. Go over to the left and forward through center. And from here, unwind your legs, place your feet to the earth. Little heart opening, fingertips to the ground facing your seat or palms to the ground. It's up to you. I personally like fingertips. Use your shoulder blades again to lift your heart up tall. Spread your collarbones open. And then keep your chest lifting up. Maybe bend through your elbows. Press your elbows energetically back and towards each other slightly. Maybe you look up to the sky, take a big breath in. And on your exhale, returning to our cross-legged seat, we'll find second side. So the opposite shin of whatever you had before goes in front. Big breath in, circle sweep your hands to the sky. On your exhale, twist to your right. So this time, left hand will cross your body, right hand goes behind you. Breathe in to lift up. Breathe out to gently rotate. Now it's pretty early in practice, so don't try to force your twist, especially if your low back's feeling sensitive. Maybe focus the twist more on your mid to upper back, around your thoracic spine. And then just like before, your left hand will continue to hold onto the outside of your right knee. As you turn your heart forward again, adding the side body stretch in, right hand reaches overhead. Now, if you're holding on real tight with your left hand, you should be able to really lean into your left arm support. To let your left ear fall heavy, let your head just hang heavy, starting to create that stretch to the right side of your neck. Eventually, you might begin to reach your right hand out to the right. Flex your right fingertips to the sky. And again, I think about sternum tall, collarbones wide. I'm pressing the pinky edge of my right hand to the wall that's behind me. And then I press the heel of my right hand down towards the earth. Continue to let your left ear be heavy towards your left shoulder and take another breath here. You're ready to slowly rise up. Really take your time to find neutral through your spine. Inhale to reach your hands high and exhale to hinge forward. Just take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. As you rise up, we'll inhale to our cow spine, hands to the fronts of your knees. Pull your chest forward, actively squeeze your shoulder blades together, engage your back body. Exhale, cat spine round through your back. Inhale, cow spine, heart goes forward. With your exhale, slide it to the right, just drawing one big circle, maybe allowing it to smooth out a little bit this time. And then when you're ready, just reverse that circle to get to the left, around to the right, and forward. Good. From here, reverse tabletop if you'd like, or you can go back to the heart opener we did before. So for reverse tabletop, palms to the earth, fingertips face your seat. Begin with the lift of your heart first. So shoulder blades, press your heart up to the sky, push through your hands, broaden across your chest. Then from there, maybe press into your feet and lift your hips. Maybe your head tilts up so you can look to the sky. Maybe shift a little bit forward and back. Just take one inhale here. And then on exhale, hips lower down. We'll meet in a tabletop pose. Start to find all fours. Breath in takes you to a cow pose again. So feeling this movement of your spine in a different shape. Maybe notice how it feels different. And on your exhale, one time cat pose, press your hands, puff your upward back to the sky. As you find your neutral spine, you're going to inhale, right hand reaches tall for foot, the needle twist open. On your exhale, thread your right arm underneath your body, bring your right temple to the earth. Slide your shoulders out of your ears and then actively root to the back of your right arm. Move your hips a little bit from side to side. Find that sweet spot. If you'd like to deepen, you're going to reach your left hand up to the ceiling. Rotate your left palm so it's facing the same direction that you're looking. And then press the back of your left arm towards the wall that's behind you. Breathe into the back of your heart space. And on your breath out, you're going to reach your left fingertips to the top of your yoga mat. You're going to Anahatasana, our heart-melting pose. Engage your belly as you push your left fingertips. Right hand's going to reach forward to meet. Then you're going to dive your heart down. Hips stay stacked over your knee. Big opening through your thoracic. From here, press into your finger pads, use your core to lift back up into your tabletop pose. We're going to take a little modified side plank facing the right side of our yoga mat. So reach your right toes to the back of your yoga mat, maybe press back through your right heel to start. Then you're going to spin open to the right. You're going to kickstand with your left foot and reach your right hand up high. Nice big breath in. Then on your exhale, thread your right hand underneath your left ribs one time, big reach towards the wall behind you. And then on your inhale, reach your right hand to the ceiling. From here, you're going to continue walking your hands. So let your right hand come down to the earth, kind of back where it started. Yeah, so hands are the top of your yoga mat, but then we're going to travel a little bit. So keep your legs as they are. Walk your hands out in front of your hips. Okay, so you're perpendicular to your yoga mat. Your right leg is extended, left knee is below your left hip. Press your hips back in space. And then you can stay here, you can shift forwards and backwards a couple times to open up your inner right thigh. And when you feel complete, walk your hands forward again to the top of your yoga mat. As you unwind, find a high plank pose, left foot steps back to meet your right. And take a moment just to breathe into the strength of your body. Actively press your hands into the earth for that fullness at the back of your heart. Navel draws tightly to your spine and your thighs light up strong. So you can feel energy throughout your entire body. Let your finger pads squeeze into the earth. Press the back of your skull to the sky. And with the next breath in, we're going to shift forward. Knees up or down, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Elbows draw straight back. Heart leads the way. As you arrive, untuck your toes, inhale to your low cobra. With the muscles along your spine, lift your heart. When your exhale, go ahead and lower back down. Inhale to a low or a high cobra. So choose how high you'd like to lift. Make sure it feels healthy for your low back. And then your exhale, release. One more time, inhale to low cobra, high cobra, or maybe an upward facing dog. Just for a moment, thighs might float off the earth. Collarbones wide. As you exhale, knees land child's pose. Push your hips to your heels. Take a big breath in and a slow breath out. As you shift forward back into your tabletop pose, we'll explore those opening second side. And then we'll add a little more strength into what we're doing. So inhale, left hand reaches high, twist open to the left. Exhale, thread your needle, dive your left arm underneath your body. As you slide your shoulders out of your ears, anchor down to the back of your left arm. Maybe wiggle your hips from side to side. An option to reach your right hand to the sky. If you're reaching your right hand to the sky, you're pressing your arms in opposite directions, opening across your chest. Breathe into the back of your body. For a heart opening shape, Anahatasana, heart melting pose, right fingertips reach to the top of your yoga mat. Engage your core. As you unwind, the left fingertips reach forward as well. Dive your chest down just for a breath. Press through your fingertips, walk back through your tabletop pose. Bending our modified side plank, second side, begin with your left toes at the back of your yoga mat. Just reach back through your left heel. From there, spin it open to the left. Then the kickstand through your right shin and stretch your left hand to the sky. Breathe into your left side body. And your exhale, thread your needle one time, left hand dives underneath you, anchor through your left foot. Breathe in to open back up. And your exhale, land your left hand towards the top of your yoga mat. This is just kind of an anchoring point so that we can move together. You're gonna walk your hands out in front of your pelvis so you are perpendicular to your yoga mat. Really active through the strong left foot. So you wanna engage the four corners of your left foot into the earth, engage your left leg, and then send your hips back in space. So it's an extended like child's pose is kind of what this is like in the body, but you can find it a little shift forward and back, and then it's going to be more like an extended like tabletop. So you decide movement or stillness. There's going to be maybe a sweet spot in here that feels true for your individual body. Let's take one more moment. And then just like we did before, as we rise up, we're going to wander towards the top of our yoga mat and unravel into our high plank pose once again. This time, just take a deep breath in through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale out. Bend your knees towards a hover and push your hips back towards your heels. So booty goes back and down, shoulders out of ears, your crouching tabletop pose. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, shift forward through your high plank. Option for chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way. Breathe into your heart opening, up dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Take a breath in through your nose again. And open mouth, exhale, release. Inhale your right leg to the ceiling. For today, flex your right toes down to the earth really strong, and then square your hips. So rotate your right hip point, your right knee, your right toes down to the earth. Your right leg might not lift as high, that's okay. Take a big inhale. On exhale, knee towards your nose, draw forward slow and strong. Three-legged dog, inhale your right leg up and back. One more time like this, exhale, knee to nose. For the strength of your center. Three-legged dog, inhale. This time as you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose and step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Left knee comes to hover, cow, and breathe your heart forward. And on your exhale, one time cat lunge, lengthen through your legs. And from here, bend into your right knee, forward fold, step your left foot to the top of your yoga mat. Soft knees, heavy head. Take a breath in. Release that breath out. Soft knees, inhale to your halfway lift. So we're going to allow your knees to be bent so we release any unnecessary pressure from the low back, lumbar spine. And exhale, forward fold, release. We're going to roll up to stand. You can also take a neutral spine up to stand. So heavy through your head and tailbone, back of your heart leads the way. Slowly start to roll it up. As you arrive, inhale, reach your hands towards the ceiling. On your exhale, you're going to grab your right hand with your left wrist and tip over to the left side, body stretch. So your left hand is grabbing your right wrist. You're leaned over to the left. Find some softness in your knees. Engage through your core Step your right foot way back into a curtsy lunge. You're going to take a big step back, like your crescent lunge, but your right foot is behind your left and bend into your right knee. And your left toes are still pointing towards the short edge of your yoga mat at the top. The tailbone lengthens to the earth. This is going to help create more space between your rib cage and your pelvis, more room to breathe, more room for your low back. Good. From here, we're going to hinge forward, almost like an airplane lunge, but we still have that curtsy action through our legs. So tip your heart over your left leg, sweep your arms back beside you. Engage through your belly. You're going to bring your right knee with you to stand, one-legged Tadasana. Go slow, take your time. It's early for standing on one leg. We haven't even really stood on two very long. And take a big breath in. On your exhale, maybe a micro bend through your left knee. You're going to interlace your hands in the front of your right shin, like when you're moving pulls that we take on the back body. As you pull your right knee into your chest, you can stay here for a balance challenge and a little bit more of a back body stretch. Bring your head, your nose towards your knee. So tucking into a tight little ball. From here, back to Urdhva Hastasana. With the strength of your core, slowly release your right foot to the earth. Inhale, circle, sweep your hands to the sky. And on exhale, we'll go to second side. Your right hand's going to grab your left wrist. Lean over to the right. As you continue to take this side body stretch down the length of your left side body, feel the anchoredness of your left heel for now, and then feel your left ribs lift up off your left hip. Keeping that lift, that length, begin to bend into your knees. Strong through your belly, take a generous step back and across for your curtsy lunge. Maybe bend into your left knee. Again, from here, navel to spine, lengthen your tailbone to the earth. It might feel like a slight tuck of your pelvis. Continue towards the right. Check in to make sure your right toes are still pointing forward. That's going to be helpful for your transition. And then finding our airplane upper body, we're going to lengthen through our left leg and hinge over our right. Your arms sweep back beside you. If your stance is a little bit shorter, be mindful that your right knee is not jutting out too far forward over your right ankle. If you have your right knee going really far forward, for some bodies that's okay, for others that's a lot of pressure in the knee joint. So maybe you think pelvis back in space. Engage your strong center, one-legged Tadasana. Slow motion is the key here. You're going to bring your left knee forward. Interlace your hands on your left shin. It's going to require some core energy just to get your hands to where they can reach. Maybe a micro bend through your right knee. Pull your left thigh into your chest. Option here to bring your knee towards your nose. Or your nose towards your knee, rather, curling in. It's a really big balance challenge, so focus your gaze maybe down towards your right big toe. Take an inhale. Exhale with control. Urdhva Hastasana, left foot lands. Your core is still active in that transition. Breathe in to reach high. Exhale, soft knees, hinge forward to your forward fold. Breathe into your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale to high plank. And from your high plank, inhale, bend your knees to a hover, reach your hips back towards your heels, crouching tabletop. Exhale through your chaturanga of choice. Into up dog or cobra, big breath here. Back to downward facing dog, hips stretch to the sky. And inhale, lengthens your left leg to the ceiling. Again, find that energy back through your left heel as you flex your foot. And then square your left hip down to the earth. That's going to give a deeper stretch to the back of your right leg. Relax your head, take an inhale, actively press your hands. On your exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Continue to push into your hands as you shift forward. Three-legged dog, big breath in, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Last time, three-legged dog, inhale. This time knee comes towards your nose. Step your left foot forward with your exhale. Breathe into your cow lunge. Right knee dips to hover. Find that energetic reach forward of your sternum. Cat lunge, lengthen your legs, empty your lungs. And bend into your left knee, forward fold, Uttanasana, your right foot steps to the top of your yoga mat. Right away, we'll inhale to a halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, forward fold. We're going to take a functional forward fold here. So walk your feet as wide as your yoga mat. If you ever practiced with Greta Hill, I'm sure you've done this. You're going to bend into your knees pretty generously. Take your fingertips out in front of you to the earth. Grip the earth strong. And then as you reach your fingertips forward, maybe walk them forward and claw the ground. You're pulling actively your finger pads, and you're going to push your hips back in space. I like to think about my heels actively pressing down and forward. And I use my outer glute strength to spread my sit bones wide. So you're trying to decompress and create as much room as possible around your sacrum. So you can think about your feet pushing energetically out towards the width of the room, like you're trying to press the pinky edges of your feet, the walls on your left and right. Continue to grip the earth, feel your shoulder blades sliding up and off of your pelvis, your rib cage. Everything is lengthening apart. Keep your feet where they are. Inhale to this wide halfway lift. Still keeping some softness in your knees. On your exhale, forward fold. Plant through your palms. Step back into your high plank pose. Good. From here, we'll inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly with control. When you arrive, untuck your toes. Inhale, low or high cobra, you choose. And we exhale to Sphinx pose. So as you lower to your belly, walk your elbows underneath your shoulders. Now creating a really active Sphinx, press your elbows down to the earth and also push your finger pads into the ground. So the palms of your hands are anchored, but all the way to your finger pads are actively pressing into the earth. As you pull your navel to your spine, pull your ribcage forward. You can stay here, or we're going to take what I call a reverse twist. Bend your right heel to your seat to start. You're going to keep your left elbow anchored on the earth. As you take your right toes behind you, like you're going to kickstand them, you can let your right elbow lift off the ground. Continue to press through your palms. Drive down through your left elbow. You can reach your right toes, almost like you're trying to reach your right toes to your left shoulder. And then stretch your sternum forward, take an inhale. Back to Sphinx pose as you exhale. Big breath in. Second side if you'd like, left heel towards your seat. It's almost like you're going to wild thing. You're going to take your left toes towards the earth behind you. Let your left elbow float off the ground. Continue to root down through your right elbow, your right palm. Both palms are still strong. Both sets of fingertips are still active. And then pull your chest forward. You can think left toes to right shoulder. Big breath in. And you exhale back to Sphinx pose when you're ready. Still strong through your belly to support your spine. And from here, tuck your toes underneath with your breath in. Forearm plank as you breathe out. Option to walk it in for dolphin pose. Maybe start to walk your toes in to find that upside down V through your body. Squeeze an imaginary block between your upper arm bones. Push down and forward through your forearms. Knees can be soft here, but try to lift your sitting bones to the sky. Take a bigger breath in. And on your exhale, walk it back through your forearm plank. Take one inhale in your forward plank, strong through your center, and exhale to release. Belly down Shavasana just for a breath. Deep breath in. Maybe open up, exhale out. When you're ready, hands return by your low ribs. We'll inhale to upward facing dog. Feel free to return to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips are in the sky. Okay, from your down dog, inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. On your exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, shift forward. We hold for a breath in. Step your right foot to the top as you breathe out. Go ahead and let your left knee come to a hover, big inhale. Lengthen both of your legs, cat lunge with your exhale. To high crescent, this time when you bend into your front knee, strong through your roots, rise all the way up with your breath in. And go ahead and grab your left wrist with your right hand. So right hand is going to grab your left wrist, side bend over to the right. Think about a lift up and then over, so you clear your low back and you're not creating more compression there. So it's almost like you're inhaling up to the ceiling and then you exhale a slight tip to the right. Breathe into the left side of your body. And on your breath out, prayer twist your left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh. Shoulders out of ears here. Press into your palms. Lean your right shoulder back to stack over your left. Energize the front of your left thigh. And feel the four corners of your right foot connecting to the strength of your right glute. As you engage your belly, take an inhale. Airplane lunge as you exhale. So you're just going to unwind from the twist. Reach your arms back in space. An option here to interlace your hands behind your back for a chest expansion bind. This will help create space through your heart, neck, and shoulders. Big breath in. Slow exhale. From here, we're going to slowly start to bend our left knee to a hover. As your shoulders lean back to stack over your hips. Release your arms, circle sweep them to the sky, big breath in. Good, on your exhale, go ahead and bring your hands to your heart, lift and lengthen through your back leg. Warrior two, spread your wings open as your left heel lands to the earth. And we'll inhale to reverse our warrior right hand scoops up the sky. And exhale, side angle, swim forward. Think about length as you lean. Wide-legged forward fold, left hand sweeps us down the center. Hinge at your hips, take a breath here. And on your inhale, as you lift up halfway, we're going to take a side lunge and bend into the left knee. As you bend into your left knee, rather than going down, well, you will go down, but rather than prioritizing the downward energy of your body, think about pressing your pelvis back in space. So more than we go down, we press the booty back. Good. If you want to continue on to Skandasana, same thing. So this really changed Skandasana for me because I'm a little hypermobile. As I go to Skandasana, instead of just like dumping down towards the earth, send your groins back in space. Energize your right leg and flex your right toes to the sky. But think about pressing to your left foot to push your booty back in space. And then from there, lift your heart. Good, big breath in. On your breath out, rotate to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. You're going to frame your left foot. Walk your left foot wide so you're in a lizard lunge. Release your right knee down to the ground. Option to stay on your hands, option to come to your forearms for a moment. If you'd like to add in a twist, you can reach your left hand back in space. Maybe bend your right foot to your seat for your thigh stretch. Take a deep inhale in. And open mouth, exhale out. And when you're ready to release, start to release your right leg long if you have the thigh stretch. Press back up to your palms. Engage your core, lift your back knee off the earth. Half curl, hug your left knee into your left tricep and float your left foot off the earth. Good, three-legged dog, breathe your left leg up to the ceiling, full inhale. Knee to nose as you exhale. Hold for your in-breath. Left foot to the top, low lunge, breath out. Cow lunge, open your front line, right knee dips to hover. And cat lunge, extend through both of your legs. Breathe into your high crescent, left knee stacks over your ankle. Begin to root and rise up. And as you go into the side bend, you're thinking about length so that we lift out of the lumbar spine. So left hand will grab your right wrist. Feel your rib cage float off your pelvis. Think about lifting your back, low ribs off your pelvis in particular, and then lean to the left. So there's almost like this feeling of like a slight cat spine as you lean to the left. Again, I'm trying to float my low ribs on the back of my body off of my pelvis. Breathe in. Prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Energize through your center, light up your entire right leg. And then use your strength of your arms to help twist you. Press through your feet to float your rib cage off of your left thigh. As you lean your left ribs back in space with your left shoulder, slide back to stack over your right. Draw your shoulders out of your ears. Lengthen through the nape of your neck. Airplane lunge, press your feet, unravel, unwind. So we want to have this distance between belly and thigh. It's going to help us stay out of crunching into the left hip joint. You can stay here, or interlace your hands behind your back, chest expansion, bind. You interlace your hands and see that feels really familiar. Do the opposite and it'll probably feel really funky. That way you know you're hitting the second side of your bind. From here, we're going to slowly start to bend our right knee as you become upright through our torso. Pull in through your front ribs. Inhale, circle, sweep your hands to the sky. On your exhale, you pull hands to heart center, lengthen through your back legs so you're back in your high crescent. Warrior two, open up. Your left hip is a little upset with that transition, just lengthen and lean in. For me, just one side doesn't love the transition to crescent to warrior two. When you're ready, reverse your warrior. Left hand reaches up and over. Again, try to maintain that spaciousness to the low back. And then side angle, you're going to lengthen forward and down. Full inhale. Wide-legged forward fold as you exhale. Breathe into your halfway lift right away this time. As you breathe out, bend into your right knee for your side lunge. So again, more than going down, think booty goes back. Strengthen your left leg, and then if you want to go to Skandasana, you can feel free to do so, but continue that booty back action. Strong inner thighs. So instead of sinking down, I'm actively lifting up. I'm engaged through my inner left leg, and I slide my groins back in space. Okay, from here, as you rotate to the front of our yoga mat, wander your right foot wide for lizard lunge. Option to lower your left knee down, and then you can stay tall. You can bring it to your forearms. You can bend your left toe to your seat to stretch your left thigh. You can twist your right hand back if you want. We're just here for one more breath. And we'll release out the same way we came in, or rather the same way that we released on the first side, which is through that half crow. So as you press up to your palms, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. The more strength you have in your left quad, the easier this is, the more well distributed the effort is throughout your body. Press into your hands, right knee squeeze with your right tricep, pick up your right foot. Three-legged dog, big breath in. And downward facing dog, breath out. However you'd like to find your way to the top of your yoga mat, you can step, hop, or tiptoe forward to your forward fold. With an inhale, lengthen halfway. On your exhale, soften your knees, cross your left ankle behind your right, cross-legged forward fold just for a breath. As you inhale, unwind your legs and find your halfway lift. And exhale, second side. Right ankle goes behind your left, soft knees, cross-legged forward fold for a breath. And go ahead and unwind your legs, traditional forward fold, inhale to your halfway lift. As you exhale, have a seat. Oh my goodness, there's so many more things I wanted to do, but we'll make do with our 60 minutes. So we're going to take a 90-90 stretch, and we're going to do a little bit of upper body movement from there. So I'm going to face you. You can face the top of your yoga mat. For our 90-90 stretch, let's take our right shin in front first. So your right shin is parallel to the short edge of your yoga mat. Your right thigh bone is in line with your hip. That's your first 90-degree angle from right ankle to knee to hip. Your second 90-degree angle is from your left hip. Your thigh bone goes out to the side, and then your ankle goes straight back to your left foot. Yeah, so two 90-degree angles. From here, I like to keep the outer edge of my right foot rooted, and I pick up my booty and I slide my hips back just like a half an inch so that the flesh from underneath my right sitting bone is clear. If that doesn't make sense, no worries. It's just a slight adjustment. Flex your right ankle and actively press your right shin bone down into the ground with the engagement of your right booty cheek, your right glute. From there, inhale your hands to the sky. On your exhale, hands to heart, tip forward, maybe 1 or 2 inches. So this no-handed version of this kind of 90-90 cousin of the pigeon variation can be really intense. So if you'd rather, you can bring your hands to the earth for extra support. Yeah. We'll just be here for one more breath. So really active stretch through the right seat here. We'll inhale, reach up to the sky, and on your exhale, you can take your right hand out to the side. So we're in this kind of like lounging mermaid-esque shape. Left hand reaches overhead to start. If you're dumping into your right shoulder, push out of your right hand to create space between your shoulder and your ear. On your inhale, twist your heart open to the sky, let your left shoulder lean back. On your exhale, thread the needle, left arm's going underneath your right ribs. Twist. We'll take that 2 more times. We inhale, twist it open. And exhale, twist your left hand underneath your right ribs. One more time, breathe in to open up. And exhale, reach. And this time as we come back to neutral, we're going to sit up. Keep your right foot where it is. Janu Shirsasana, send your left leg out long. And just so that your right foot is on the inside of your left leg-ish, you have this like little butterfly shape on the right side, wide-legged forward fold shape on the left side. Inhale to reach up top. On your exhale, turn your heart to your left toes and hinge forward any amount. Maybe actively flex your left toes to your face. Maybe a slight external rotation of your left thigh bone. And then I like to imagine my right ribs are trying to stretch to my left pinky toe. So there's this kind of diagonal action through my body. If you feel called to stay a little bit longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, use your hands and your core to slowly and gently lift out of that. Try not to let your low back take over for the transition. And we'll find second side before we find our way to the earth. If a little windshield wiper action for your legs would feel good to reset, tuck your knees from side to side, and then bring your left shin forward for 90-90. Okay. Once you have those two 90-degree angles, you're going to flex your left ankle and root down through your left shin bone. Imagine you're going to try to lift your hips up by pressing into your shin bone. Breathe your hands to the sky. On your exhale, maybe hands to heart, you might tip forward. For me, my tip forward is maybe an inch. I don't know, maybe 2. They don't go very far. Or, of course, you can bring your hands to the earth as well. Okay, from here, as we inhale, you can reach up, and we'll exhale, side bend to the left. So left hand's going towards the ground, right hand reaches overhead. Press out of your left shoulder, breathe in, twist your heart open to the ceiling, let your right shoulder fall back in space. Maybe there's a bend to the elbow. On your exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left ribs. Twice more, you inhale, peel it open. You find a little micro bend through your left elbow too. And exhale, thread your right arm underneath. One more time, inhale, peel it open. And exhale, thread it underneath. Then this time, as we come out, we're going to go to our Janu Shirsasana, so right leg long. Left foot draws in close to your pelvis. Breathe in to reach top. Exhale to rotate to your right toes and hinge forward. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Maybe open mouth, exhale to release. And just like before, feel free to stay longer if you feel called to. Otherwise, we're going to rise up slowly, gently. And you can do some windshield wipers if you'd like. Then we're going to lower to the back of our bodies. Let's use the strength of our core to counterbalance the twisting. So maybe heel anchors, flex your feet into the earth as you actively dig your heels down and towards you. Sit up really tall through your heart, proud through your chest, and breathe in to reach to the sky. On your exhale, you're going to slowly start to hinge back. Use your hands as counterbalance to help you out as you go. Navel pulls in the whole way. And eventually we release to our back body. Inhale to a full body stretch. And exhale your knees to your chest. Happy baby pose, any variation. Be some movement here. And then we'll go to wind removing pose, and your left leg long, bring your right knee towards your right shoulder. So this is similar to what we did when you were standing up. You pull your right knee into your body, take an inhale. On your exhale, use some core energy to bring your knee up towards your nose. Take a nice big breath in, left inner thigh hugs to the midline. As you breathe out, head and shoulders release. Just switch out your legs, bring your left leg in, right leg long. Hug your inner right thigh to the midline, breathe in. Exhale, knee towards nose, curl up. So you try to lift your nose to your knees, take another in breath, reach energetically forward through your right heel. And on your exhale, head and shoulders release. Extend your left leg long. We're making our way into Shavasana. Unless there's any other shapes or movements you'd like to add in. Perhaps a plow pose or a shoulder stand. Maybe you'd like to rest in Supta Baddha Konasana to open your hips. Once you settle into your space, allow your eyes to soften shut. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Allow the breath to release out of your mouth. Feel the weight of your head heavy on the earth. Give your shoulders permission to soften towards the ground. Let a trickle of relaxation travel down your arms to your fingertips. Release and relax your belly. The bowl of your pelvis become heavier with each breath out. And feel that trickle of relaxation travel down the lengths of your legs, all the way to your toes. Your entire front body and back body and side bodies. Heavy and relaxed. And soften the muscles to your face, the space between your brows, your cheekbones, and your jaw. And feel all those subtle sensations that are present. Start to deepen your breath again. Maybe breathing more fully and expansively to the back of your body, down into the earth. As you deepen your breath, can you feel your back ribs spread open across your mat? You breathe into that space between your rib cage and your pelvis, creating more room in your torso. As you stretch wide with your breath, let every exhale be that invitation to let go a little bit more. Relax any areas of stickiness or lingering tension. Still holding on, and allow that part of your body to release with your next breath out. And you can either stay exactly as you are, or maybe you bring one or both hands to your heart again. You're connecting to that seed of love and compassion within your body and reconnecting to yourself. You pause in gratitude. Are you grateful for this practice? The insight and the clarity it provides, the wisdom that already exists within us that it helps uncover, the community and the connection that it helps to facilitate, and the awareness of body and breath that it helps to nurture too. And in gratitude of this practice and gratitude of each other and this time and energy that we shared, I'll take a big breath in through the nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. And may yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, guiding us to live with authenticity and to love deeply each and every day. I thank you so much for being here. Namaste.